Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is your host, Anthony Sain, here with my guy, man. Kenny Stubblefield is in the building. Kenny, what's up, my boy?
My boy, you good?
Man, just talking to some of the people in the comments, man. We get some funny comments all the time, man. Like people just have weird energy towards me. I don't know, man. I just come in and I do my thing, bro.
We just have fun in here, man.
I just come in and do my thing, bro. I laugh at myself. You know what I mean? I don't take myself too serious. People for some reason think I do.
Yeah.
For some reason, people think that I'm like this narcissist who's like full of myself. Like, bro, I am a clown, bro. Like I enjoy life. I have fun. I play all goddamn day long. I don't know why people feel this way about me, but whatever, man. You know,
it is what it is, man.
We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Hey, shout out for the views, man. Whether you're
shout out for the views, bro.
Whether you're a hater or a lover, shout out to the views.
This is as someone who has been in this content creation world for a long time, whether it be radio, podcasting, YouTubing, writing, anything I've done. The dog days of summer are very hard. Like it is very hard to find anything to talk about, and doing it daily. If people are tuning in and rocking with you, we definitely appreciate you guys for doing all that. As soon as we go live, the people start pouring in, and we appreciate that. Shout out to our people who are watching via Twitter, via Facebook, all those type of things. Remember, we are going to end this stream and resume the show on YouTube. So if you're not watching on YouTube, you may want to slide over to YouTube now while we're BS talking, so you won't miss anything.
Just type in Bluff City Media on YouTube.
Yeah, just type in Bluff City Media. It's going to pop up. You'll see a red ring around it. It's going to be live. Hop in. Hope you guys having a great Wednesday, man. I mean, great Thursday. I'm used to doing the show on Wednesday and Friday. This is day 4 of our first week of doing a daily show. I feel good about this, Kenny. I get up in the morning. I get some food, man. I run a couple errands. I sit down to get my show notes over. I get those over to you. And it feels like it's just part of my routine, man. One thing I don't have to worry about is meetings being added to my calendar. I don't have to worry about any of that type of stuff, man. I don't have to worry about any of the stuff I dealt with in my day job. This is my day job now.
Shout out.
Working from home is on a whole nother level. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to the people who are supporting me, who are sponsors of the show. My guy, Richie Jarvis and Trilogy Tattoos. We got other sponsors that are going to be announced soon, getting some packaging done for them. So I'm just excited, man, to have people who support me, believe in what we do here, and are totally backing us. And there's room for you as well, man. We take 2 commercial breaks, and trust me, I can make more if you'd like. We have room for you guys for sure, man. We've been playing commercials of all the other shows on Bluff City Media for a couple of years now. There's definitely room for your brand, your business. Reach out to myself or Kenny. So if you reach out to Kenny, Kenny might try to mess with my cut. Reach out to me directly.
Never.
I'm joking.
Never.
He's like, oh, man, somebody called me today. But I got a sponsor. No, I got a sponsor. But I'm talking noise and old Kenny money right now. If it's cutting. See, this is the transparency of our show, man. We just come in, have fun.
What people don't know is me and Anthony are like homies outside of this thing, right?
Outside
before
of this, bro. Like a long time before this, And like when we joke about little urban kid names, it's because we worked in youth ministry where there were kids. There was a T-Baby and a T-Main and a Doo-Doo and all these
Doo-Doo.
and a Fusser.
Doo-Doo stole $5,000 from me one time. Shout out Doo-Doo.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all. I saw my boy Pop Squally. Pop Squally dated a girl that lived in my apartment complex. I don't know if I even told you that. Pop Squally lived. I used to see Pop Squally in the apartments all the time.
Oh man,
we just going back to our youth ministry days, man. Hilarious times, so fun, though, bro, so fun. Oh man,
I remember I was 30-something years old working with those dudes, and I had to chase a kid into Hillview. And
I'm surprised you came out alive, my boy.
Yeah, I had to chase a kid into Hillview jumping fences, and my ass was like, nah, I'm done.
You never see me chasing nobody to nothing. So funny, man.
Oh God,
there were always those jokes back in the day of like the stereotypical white youth worker that's working in the city, right? And how they always come in like this hero mentality and all that type of stuff. And as your friend, I would see you kind of battling with some of that stuff, like really want to be like Superman to these kids.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But after a few years, like, hey man, hey bro, get him out of here with that, man.
Get him out of here, bro.
Hey, because the guys about of town, man, they really came in thinking they were, man, Clark Kent.
Clark Kent,
they were the savior of the Negro for sure. But yeah, man, those are some fun times.
You battle that
back
in the city I was in. You battle that all the time, right? Like
all the time, bro.
Of like, I got all the answers, and
yeah. And then when you see kids mess up and you see kids going back to doing crazy stuff, or you see them get arrested or they do something really bad, it just makes you feel bad. But man, we just do all we could. But more things are to come. Kenny does not understand. He's about to get back in youth and working with the kids. You don't understand it, but it's coming.
I let it go. I let
it. You think you did, because when Memphis Magic Volleyball Academy, Volleyball Institute gets rolling, you will be behind a camera or something, and you will be working with the kids. That's what you don't understand. I know you got me. I already know it. Oh man,
it's good stuff. That was a trip.
That's
some nostalgia, man. I love that.
Yeah, for sure. But Kenny, speaking of nostalgia, man, we were talking yesterday about coaches. Like, is it important to have a I struggle with these coach names, man. So you gotta be careful, man. Yeah, I struggle with these coach names.
Sorry, Marcus. We apologize. We don't have all the names.
Marcus Jackson. We apologize on YouTube. We apologize. Let me make sure I got your name right in the comments. But we were talking about how, in my opinion, the NBA didn't really start until the cool black dudes came into the league. That's the Magic Johnsons, the Julius Irvings. I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Let me get his name right.
Yeah.
The those type of guys. Like, I don't really think the NBA started until the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, that era, right? So the 1980s. I was born in 79, so the 79-80 season was crazy. The year I was born was the first year of what I call the NBA, right?
The real NBA.
Right. And since then, Kenny, we've had so many just charismatic, I'm going to say, American-born basketball players, right? Now, the thing about that is, there's also been synonymous with that is that the American player also happens to be the black American player. So it's going to come off as a racially charged conversation, but it just is what it is. The American NBA star has also coincided with the black American NBA star, because the only guy that's been a white American star since 1980 has been Larry Bird. He's been the only one that's been that white American star. But in that time, Kenny Stubblefield, we had guys like Magic Johnson. Julius Erving was an era before that, but he still bled into that era. Of course, super cool Julius Erving. You had guys like George Gervin. You had guys like Michael Jordan, of course, Isaiah Thomas. All these guys throughout the years, right? LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, all these guys over time who have been just these super cool, charismatic, marketable guys, right? That have been the faces of the league, so to speak, right? This is one of those face of the league type conversation. We've had several guys that have stood out, that are the role models, the guys on the posters, the guys whose shoes you buy, the guys on the cover of the magazine, the cover of the video game, right? All these guys doing commercials, and all these guys that are just these super cool faces of the league, right?
Right.
You have conversations about who are those guys now, like who's going to be the next star of the league? Who has Allen Iverson? Yeah, big one by my guy Sean Gallen. Allen Iverson.
Let's not forget Penny Hardaway, man.
Penny Hardaway. Just all these guys who are just super cool, larger than life, stifters of the culture, right? You guys who, like, even when you look at it like a Penny Hardaway, right? I remember wanting to have the penny, this right here.
Oh,
this,
yeah.
Like, that's all I wanted. Everybody wanted that little Penny Hardaway facial hair, right? And I remember Allen Iverson brought the headbands, the braids, the arm sleeves, all these things. Kobe had guys rocking the ball head and then the little nappy fro. Like, these guys were influential, super cool guys that, like, everybody wanted to be like.
Yep.
And right now today, Kenny Stubblefield, you don't see many of those type of guys, right? And you look at the NBA Finals today, and even the conference finals, the Final Four of the NBA, so to speak. You had the point guard of the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, right? Don't get my names right. My guy Marcus, it pissed me off, man. He make me lock in and remember shit, bro. But you had in the conference finals, you had Jalen Brunson versus Tyrese Halliburton, right? On the other side, you had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Can I say Shai? I grew up on Shai, man. If a guy named was Joe Desi, a guy named was Jodeci Williams, I'm gonna call him Jodeci. I'm not gonna call him Joe Desi. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with y'all, brother? Like, the SHAI to me means Shai. Is it all right with y'all? Bro? I grew up in the 90s. See, man, my boy Marcus got me fitting. I shouldn't let nobody in the comments get me this hyped up, man. But you had SGA over in the West, right? And you had Anthony Edwards in the West, right? So
Right.
those are your guys. And you just don't have those guys. Only guy that really projects to be that guy that's just gonna have like that real aura, superstar, megastar appeal is Anthony Edwards, right? But then you look at Anthony Edwards, and alongside his aura comes, I don't know if I can cuss. It's been 10 minutes. I'm still gonna give it a breathe.
Let's give it a breather. Let's give it a buffer.
You got the FS that comes with Anthony Edwards, right? Like
Yeah.
the ain't taking care of his kids and saying dumb stuff and it's negative things that are portrayed on black men. Anthony Edwards is living out a lot of those stereotypes, right? And then you have to say, okay, well, where's it going to come from next? You got guys like John Morant who are guys who get all the appeal, right? Selling out the shoes. Kids want the swag. They're wearing their hair like him, wearing the shoes. I've seen kids wearing loose armbands, trying to be like Ja, wearing oversized armbands, all these type of things, right? Ja has his own swag, his own thing that kids are looking up to. It's kind of pushing the generation. People call him the modern day Allen Iverson, but he's also attached to negative connotations with the gun stuff and all these type of weird things that are connected to Ja, right? But the question I have today is, Kenny, what happened to the cool American NBA star? Because you look at the Jason Tatums of the world, right? Who's easily one of the top 10 players of in the league, and people call him a cornball. And you look at Tyrese Halliburton, corny dude. Jalen Brunson, corny dude. Then they pull up old videos of these guys, and they're just weirdos, man. It's like you talk to most dudes in the NBA, and they're just super strange, and they're socially awkward, man. And we had a conversation last week, and I was talking about Tyrese Halliburton, and I said I see a lot of RG3 in him. And when I was saying that, this is a show I can be candid on. I don't say these things to offend people, but I have to remind people I am a black man, and I have a black son, I have a black daughter. I was married to a black woman. My girlfriend now is a beautiful black lady, right? So I'm black. So things that affect black culture, I'm going to speak about those things, right? And things that are relative to black culture, I'm going to speak about those things, right? So if that's something that offends you, I don't really know what to tell you to do. But with that being said, I don't care who anybody dates. If you prefer white women, or you're dating a white lady, you're married to a white lady, whatever, have kids by a white lady, and you're black, and that's what you want to do, that's cool. But that to me should not be at the expense of black women. You shouldn't have to dog black women out to say I'm attracted to a white lady, right? Or just say, or like, okay, if you choose a white woman, that's cool. That's what you're attracted to. But that doesn't mean you have to dog out white women. I look at guys like RG3 as having some type of mental issue, there's some type of trauma, some type of hurt, some type of pain, because you can tell that not only does he like white women, he hates black women. You can just kind of tell by how he moves. I kind of see some of that in Tyrese Halliburton. It ain't popped out yet. Oh, but I can see it's in there. I think you're gonna see proof of the pudding probably one day. But I said all that to say, I was watching this YouTube video, and this guy was talking about the corniness of today's NBA player, and that's just not black American players, but just corny. All these dudes, cornballs, like SGA, weirdo. John Morant, as much oral and cool as he's got, and cool as he has, Ja is weird, man. He's strange. He's socially awkward. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards, socially awkward dudes. And this guy made a video, and the stuff he was saying, I never looked this deep into it, but the stuff the guy was saying, Kenny Stubblefield, was spot effing on. He said one of the number one things that's different now than the NBA probably 20, 15, even 10 years ago is that if you look at the top of the NBA draft, very few of these kids went to a public school at all. If you look at the top 10 picks in the draft, they're either from another country or they did not graduate from a private school. From a public school. And some of them never went to public school at all.
Wow.
My son, Gabe, is on a voucher where he's allowed to go to a private school. Me nor his mom can afford to send him to the school he goes to. Gabe is a weirdo. Gabe's going to be a weird kid, man. Like, I know it. I know it. Like, Gabe is the kind of kid you throw him in a group. He's a social butterfly. He'll speak to everybody. But I know he's going to be a weirdo. Because me and his mama talked about this. The only way he's going to continue to go in the private school route is if he's really good at football and somebody's got some money for him, or somebody's got an NIL deal for him. Because he ain't going to no private school. Like, and I don't want him to because he's weird. It's gonna make him weird, bro. And this guy made a good point. He said these guys are identified earlier now than they were then.
Yeah.
Typically, man, guys that are good players, they would go to public elementary schools, public middle schools. They would play maybe 1 or 2 years in high school and possibly transfer to a top tier school for a private school for maybe the junior senior year. He's like, these dudes don't touch public school at all. These guys are going to public middle schools, and they're in that system the entire time. And Kenny Stubblefield, what does that do to these kids? They don't play against me. And you went to public schools, and people ask me, did I play sports in high school? I did not. I've been 6 foot something my entire time. What did I do in high school? I talk shit the entire time, just like I talk now. and I would talk shit to the athletes about the athletes. I was doing the same stuff I do now when I was in high school, right? If you're going to a private school, that dude really don't exist. Like, there ain't no dude there that's just like antagonizing you, right? There's no guy that's right. You ain't getting checked. You ain't getting antagonized. You are worshipped at those schools that you're going to because you're probably paying those teachers' bills. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a top tier player, you're paying those teachers' bills, right? Because if you're going to these basketball academies or these schools where they're really just a basketball team that doubles as a private school, right? You're not. You are the cash cow at those schools, right?
Yeah.
And there are no regular kids there who like you've got to fit in with, who are antagonizing you, who are checking your ass. You don't have anybody. There's nobody you're trying to fit in with. You are those dudes, right? And if you never had that experience of somebody checking your ass in the cafeteria, or girls turning you down, you know what I mean? And people think that like, oh, these dudes are rich. They can get any woman they want. They cannot, bro. Because some of these guys don't even know how to approach women. They've never been in those type of situations, family. You know what I mean? Like, And another thing socially that's different about these dudes, and like I said, I'm not saying this to offend anybody, but it is what it is. These young basketball players are being exposed to calculated white women way too soon in their lives. And when I say that,
I saw. Can I just be a moment of?
You saw that note. You was
moment of transparency. I saw that note and I was like, "Shit."
Kenny, I was dating early in my divorce. I was dating this lady that went to Ole Miss, and she was going through divorce as well.
Yeah,
and she told me that when she went to Ole Miss, she told me that when I went to school, the difference between the black girls at Ole Miss and the white girls at Ole Miss is that she said women like myself went to Ole Miss coming in thinking, oh, I'm going to Ole Miss. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be this doctor. I'm going to be this business lady. She said all the white girls that I met in school when I went to Ole Miss, they were going to school to find husbands. They weren't going to school to do anything but find some guy on the football team or some doctor or some future politician or some future businessman. And that's what they were going to school for, to find a husband, to be somebody's housewife. And when I say calculated white women, I mean white women who have traditionally been wives to powerful, successful men and know how to play the game, know how to be submissive, know how to be quiet, know how to deal with a man that cheats. All these things, they're being exposed to these type of women too freaking young. And instead of having to deal with the women who are as broke as their ass are, and they're having to like navigate and like learn somebody and become a mate and learn how to date and date with somebody of their own race or their same social class, they don't have to experience those things because they're being exposed to rich, calculated white women way too soon in life. And Kenneth, here's the thing. I didn't really start dealing with white women as far as dating white women until after I was divorced. So at that point, I was like, Madison, I'm on to you. Like I'm wise, I'm smart.
He said Madison.
Lily, I got a brain. Like I see your calculation. You ain't getting me this time. But if you're a 12, 13-year-old kid, and I had these conversations with Gabe all the time. I ask Gabe what he likes, right? I said, Gabe, what kind of girls you like? Like you like short girls like your mom. You like tall girls like daddy's girlfriend. You like skinny girls. You like thick girl. What you like? He said, I don't know. He said, Dad, that's weird. I don't know. He said, I'm just 11. I said, well, do you like white? You like black? He said, no, I don't like white. I said, well, what you like? He said, I like black. I like Hispanic. I like Asian. I said, okay, so cool. If he didn't like white, I wouldn't have minded. But I just had those type of conversations with Gabe, right? But I think, but Gabe is exposed to Madison. Madison's at his school, right? He ain't never seen Quisha. He ain't never seen Tanya.
Madison's getting shot. I love it. Sorry.
Like Gabe ain't never seen Keisha in them.
Yeah.
Like he had a couple of Keishas. He had a girl. This girl's name wasn't Keisha, but it was a black girl. This girl was cute as hell. They used to go to Gabe's elementary school, and Gabe had a legit crush on this little girl, and he was like in kindergarten, first, second grade, right?
Yeah.
But now all he sees is Madison. You know what I mean? He didn't see Keisha in them at all. So I just wonder, is his preference going to change over time because he ain't seeing white girls? You know what I mean? He ain't seeing black girls. You know what I mean? So, but that's what these guys who come out. That's number two. Number one is they're going to private schools. Number two, they're being exposed to calculated, experienced, trained, well-trained white women who are who are generationally known to find powerful men and marry them. That's their goal in life, right? And they don't play pickup basketball. Another thing with these guys, right? They're not playing outside basketball with kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Somebody checking their ass, somebody antagonizing their ass, keeping them humble. And they're just socially weird, bro. Like these kids, who they play for in high school don't even matter. It's all about AAU. They play basketball all day. They're basketball machines, but they lack social skills, bro. And as the league grows on, there's going to be more and more of these weird socially active guys who have all the access in the world. And then you ask questions like, man, these guys can have any woman they want. Like, why are they still tossing around this same little group of women? Or why they keep getting this girl look like the same girl over and over again? And I'm gonna have my guy, I can't think of his name, but my guy Black Sports Online. Me and him been talking. I'm gonna get up. He's gonna be on the show very soon. I can't think of his name. But like these are the things that he talks about a lot, right? These guys are just socially weird, man. They don't know how to deal with the opposite sex because they never really had to. And when they get out here now, they come off as these weird dudes because they're just weird, bro. Like the path these guys had to get to the NBA is not like the path that we saw guys come up with. Like the Penny Hardaways who went to Treadwell, got shot in the foot, and went to U of M, had to sit out a year, and those days are over, bro. All the top players out of Memphis, they're gonna go to somebody's academy now.
It's true.
And it's gonna happen earlier and earlier, bro. I remember one time, one of the two kids, one of them went to Duke, Elliot Williams, and other went to North Carolina, right? I remember that was just a big deal to me that some Memphis kids got up and went to these academies, and then they went to these big schools. I remember that being just a feeling of times changing, right?
Yeah,
dude, that's everybody. Everybody's like a really good player out of Memphis. They're gone, and they were gone, and they've been gone since middle school. You know what I mean? Like for real, these kids have been gone. They've been up out of here, and it's just those type of things do affect you socially, bro. And that's my case study. That's my TED talk on why the NBA is corny as hell right now.
Do you think of, and I know AAU and like the amateur basketball, you know, the circuits that are out there for these kids now, that gets a lot of hate. You hear them talk about, you hear like, you know, Mark Cuban came out and said something negative about it a long time ago about, you know, the reason why European players are better is because they're getting better competition than like an AAU circuit kids are.
They're getting actual traditional skills and fundamentals and all those type of things.
I don't even know necessarily if I believe that to be true to a degree, but I do wonder, like, as somebody who's been around a lot of those circuits in my life, like those kids are treated at 13, 14, 15 years old. Like they are freaking rock stars, bro. Like they walk in and got everything handed to them. They got gear for days. They're just walking like, and it is a weird dynamic. And and I've seen a shift even in some of these young kids that are coming in that, man, their own, as weird as this sounds, their own parents treat them like they're rock stars. You know what I'm saying? Like they're treated like they are royalty. And it's a weird dynamic, right? Like part of our growth growing up as young kids was we got humbled a lot. Like you get humbled on a daily basis by what you talked about with your friends checking you, with playing hoops outside in the driveway or whatever it may be in the park. You just get humbled a lot, and you're just kind of grinding. And
it makes you able to interact with people. Like it makes you human, bro. Like these kids are snatched out of communities young, and not only are they going to private schools, like we said, they're totally being pulled out of their communities and moving to other cities, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's affecting these guys, bro. It's affecting these young inner city players, and it's making them into these drone, like soulless players we see now in the NBA who instead of like being because when is the last time, other than John Morant, who goes to the strip club and goes to the clubs and stuff, how many stories do you hear about these guys being out in the clubs and like with all these different chicks? Like that stuff don't even exist no more, bro. These dudes are like what Zion is on, like flying girls in and messing with OnlyFans models, and like they don't know how to get down on women, bro. It's like you don't hear stories about the smooth Playboy NBA players anymore. Like they're all just weird coochie buying dudes. Like it ain't nobody just like the days of the smooth NBA player may be over, bro. Lou Will might be the last one. He was just on the same stuff though. He was on the same stuff. I don't know, bro. Who was?
But
the
then
last,
my question to you, well, the one that I'm thinking of that it just makes no sense to me, like why he gets the hate that he gets, is LeBron James and his wife Savannah James, right? Like, like you're talking about a guy who has been with the same woman growing up. They grew up in middle school together, high school together, all that kind of stuff. And the amount of hate that I see his way, even about like his relationship with his wife, I'm like, this makes no sense to me. Like, why are we not celebrating this?
I think it's because LeBron is the face of modern, all the bad things about modern basketball. Not particularly that he is, but like
his generation.
He was born out of the AAU circuit. You know, he was born from, you know, he was the Catholic school, private school kid. You know, he transferred from the small school to the private school. You know what I mean? And these things were documented about him. And I think a lot of those things have kind of happened in his era.
Well, the story about that is he transferred to a smaller private school so he could play because his best friends weren't able to make the big team.
Right.
He wanted
wanted them. You seen that movie? You seen that Disney movie? That joke was good.
Hell yeah, it was. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was tight. That was tight.
Scoot Henderson played one of the guys. Like,
yeah, that joke was tight, bro.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's just something to think about, though, man. Like, you don't really see just a cool American, and maybe Cooper Flag is a big.
But what is cool? What is cool to you? Like, we got to define cool. Like, because it sounds like to me, frankly, that there's a level of like ratchet behavior and being cool. And is that what we're talking about here?
Man, the guys who walk in the gym, all the girls going crazy, they winking at the girls. Oh, ooh, that's so-and-so. And like, oh, he's an NBA playboy. Like, those that don't exist, bro. Like, all these dudes got like renter girls, and it's just weird, bro. These dudes just ain't got swag like they used to. Even Ja, who's one of the swaggiest dudes in the league, is obviously socially awkward, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't mean cool like you gotta be. I'm not connected to you. Gotta be street. You gotta be hood. But just that cool swaggy NBA dudes just really don't exist, bro. Like, these dudes are all socially weird, fam. Like, they're all socially awkward. It's just, I think it's an interesting conversation, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But we about to take a break, man. But people who are watching on Facebook, watching on Twitter, y'all stream about to end, man. We cordially invite you guys to come join us for the rest of the show on YouTube. Search the Anthony Sain Show. Search Bluff City Media. Subscribe, all those type of things. I see how people who are commenting mostly are commenting from the YouTube page, so that's a good thing. We about to take a break. We about to make y'all watch these commercials, man. Then we're going to see y'all on the other side. We got bills to pay. We'll see y'all more on the Anthony Sain Show in a minute.
I don't think it stops them because and the biggest point is they're going to have SGA regardless. SGA is not going anywhere. That's the centerpiece. That's what makes everything go. There's an argument to be made. You got to pay everybody, and things are going to change, and things could potentially look different. But A, you have SGA regardless. B, it's a really young core to this team that you could, in theory, keep intact. Like, who's to say that this isn't, that this is the best Thunder team that we see?
Sam Presti, it's almost like he knew this was coming.
That's fair.
They have 2 picks in the first round this season coming up in the NBA draft. They have 10 first-round picks from 2026 to 2031. Also, on top of that, you know who has yet to play a minute for the Oklahoma City Thunder? Nikola Topic, their 12th overall pick from last year.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. A Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code Bluff City for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. Kenny, glad to see you made it back, bro. I thought you might still be messing around on Twitter or Facebook or something, man. Good to see you on this joint, man.
Nope, not me, man. What?
It's all good.
Oh, were you?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the notes you made. You threw me off.
Man.
Wayno said from the last segment, and I wonder if this is true. How much of it is the NBA doesn't know how to market their stars to young kids?
I don't think that's it at all, bro. I think these dudes are just different. And I think I laid out some of the reasons why they are. These dudes are just different, man. For real. Like back in the day, I remember, like in my time working, like covering the Grizzlies, right? I would hear stories about how big of a hound these guys were, right? Married, unmarried, like guys who were just hounds, right? Like you just don't hear stories like that anymore. Like these dudes, like I remember I was in the locker room one time, and I'm not gonna name no names, but somebody came in the locker room that was an absolutely stunning woman walked in the locker room. She looked incredible. These dudes didn't even look up. I'm like, man, what am I missing? like these dudes just they just different, bro. Like you guys are just different, bro. It's not just our market. I think that's across the entire NBA. These dudes just are different, man. Like they're just not swaggy dudes at the end of it. They're cool dudes, they're marketable dudes, they're fun, they're incredible players, but it's just not. And my guy's Justin Ford, a guy who's been around the locker room, been around the players. I know he understands what I'm talking about, bro. And I'm gonna call him probably after the show, and we probably can chop it up on this. But man, I'm telling you, man, when black women are removed from your life too early, it's gonna mess up your path, bro. Like for real. Like I'm telling you, man. I think that's a huge part of. Just a huge part of. Kenneth Stubblefield, it's time for the 3-pointer, man. Where we talk about 3 things that are going on throughout the sports world. The first point I would like to make, Kenneth Stubblefield. This happened yesterday. We got a little bit more information. The Phoenix Suns hired Cavs assistant coach Jordan Ott as their head coach. Let me make sure I'm saying his name correctly.
That's right,
Jordan Ott.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson in the comments. Hope I did it well for you that time, sir. He has been named as their head coach. This is the Phoenix Suns' 4th coach in 4 years, Kenneth Stubblefield. And anybody knows that if you're trying to build a championship, consistency is the key. You can't be going on your 4th coach in 4 years and thinking you're going to win a championship. Just like if you're looking for a good tattoo, Kenny, you're not going to go to some rinky-dink tattoo shop who just opened up a few weeks ago, or some guy who got some ink brush kit and a magic mark and a straight pen, straight pen. You need to go to the best, man. That's why you need to go to Trilogy Tattoos. My man Richard Jarvis could get you squared away. 27 years of consistent Kenneth Stubblefield in the tattoo industry out there on the Highland Strip. Longevity in the field, consistently voted as one of the top 3 shops in the city, and all these things are what set them apart at Trilogy.
He told me yesterday they've been in the top 3 in the Memphis Flyer best tattoo shops for 27
years straight, man. Mess with them over there, man. Check them out on Highland.
Phenomenal.
530 South Highland. They got the best in the business. People in my comments yesterday, yeah, man, all my tattoos came from Trilogy. I'm friends with some of the artists over there. They're the best, man. They're the best. It's hard to get those guys away from there because Trilogy is the best, a name you can stand on. 27 years in the business. Unlike the Phoenix Suns, man, who have hired 4 coaches in 4 years. Jordan Ott is the latest casualty. I talk about the Phoenix Suns team all the time. It's a team where you're looking at a team who a few years ago in 2021 was in the NBA Finals, bro, with a team that had Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Andrew, DeAndre Ayton. Look at me, bro.
Look at you, man.
I'm doing something better, man. I celebrate small victories, bro.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, Marcus Jackson got me locked in, man. Shout out to my boy Marcus Jackson. But yeah, man, like that team was a good team.
Yeah.
And they broke the team up. You went and got KD. You went and got Bradley Beal. And you just kind of screwed that whole thing up, man. And now KD looks like he's out the door. You can't expect that Devin Booker's going to want to stay there 2 months longer. So Jordan Ott feels like a guy who's about to be coaching a rebuild.
How does it
feels
make
like-
you feel? Like, so they put out a statement yesterday saying that Devin Booker was intimately involved in the hiring of Jordan Ott, that he was Devin Booker's handpicked guy during that last bit of the process. Is that a way of them
I
trying
don't
to
even
say
know what that means.
Devin
man.
ain't
Like,
going nowhere?
and I don't even know what that means really, because I remember back in 2021 when they went to the finals, they were comparing Devin Booker to a Kobe Bryant, right? Like those type of comps were real. That type of stuff is coming out about Devin Booker, right?
Yep.
So to see where he is now, he definitely hasn't panned out to be that level of player. And he's at the age where he's not a young player anymore. I think he's like 28, 29
Like he
years
kind of
old.
is who he is at this point.
It is who he's gonna be. And I saw another video on YouTube, man, where the guy, guess who this guy compared Devin Booker's career to? When he said that, I said, God damn. Guess who he compared him to?
Who?
Bradley Beal, bro.
Oh man, that's tough.
I said, damn.
He
was like, what's the difference between Devin Booker and Bradley Beal? I did not have an answer.
Well, Parrish comes in and says this is Devin Booker's 8th coach in his career.
That
man.
stuff matters, bro. That stuff matters for sure, man. Continuity definitely is key. Well, Kenny Stubblefield, another example of continuity for the second point I would like to talk about today is with the New York Knickerbockers.
Uh-oh. This one?
I was trying to be proper and I was messed up.
Yeah. My ears started tingling a little bit. This whole story, like Rick Brunson, it was the way that he engaged opponents the entire year. He was way too involved.
It's doing too much, man. Writing checks that his ass ain't got to cash.
So what's the story behind that?
All right, man. My guy, Sam Amico, man. Miko Hoops. Not Sam Amico. What's my guy name?
Dave McMenamin. Don't you like him?
No.
Isn't that your guy?
No, my guy, Miko Hoops. I'm trying to think of what his name is. That's
Sam.
my guy.
It's Sam.
That's Sam Amick.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. My bad.
Sam Amico. Yeah, I knew that was my guy's name, bro. Sam Amico. Don't play.
Shout out
Sam,
to you. You know names,
you do not
bro.
look like Sam Amico. You do not look like that picture either, man. You don't look like that. You don't look nearly as cool in real life as that picture. But that's my man, bro. That's my man. We go back to Sports Illustrated days, bro. That was my guy. He covered Cleveland. I covered the Grizzlies. That was my guy, man. He hopped on my. We did a couple interviews together. That's my man. All right, so Amico Hoops, Sam Amico, right, covers the Cleveland Cavaliers. He says that multiple Knicks players have been unhappy with the presence of assistant coach Rick Brunson. Per Hoops Wire sources, multiple Knicks players have been unhappy with the presence of assistant coach Rick Brunson, the father of star guard Jalen Brunson. What that issue is exactly has not been determined, though sources suggested that Rick has had too big a say in things. That sounds so real, bro, because like he's already an outgoing personality. His son is on the team. He's the star of the team. And I'm sure that even guys like Coach Thibodeau had issues with him being the coach. I'm sure that's not the easiest thing in the world.
Well, he hired him.
Yeah, but we talked about Bill Simmons yesterday, right? He talked about that as well. He said these same things.
Oh, really?
As well as some stuff with Casadad and also the whole Villanova boys thing. It just makes things hard for a guy who's going to be the head coach of their team.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not surprised, because I can totally see how that's really something that could be an uncomfortable situation where the assistant coach is the star player's dad, but he's not the coach of the team. But he's probably running his mouth as if he is.
Oh, yeah.
And also, number 3 on the three-pointer is Joe Dumars says that he is committed to Zion Williamson. Joe Dumars, who is the new general manager of New Orleans Pelicans, contrary to a report saying that everyone is on the table for discussions to be traded, Joe Dumars had this to say about the South Carolina star Zion Williamson. It's a lot of dark clouds of South Carolina boys and ladies in professional sports. But I've had really good conversations with Zion. Dumars said we've had lunch and dinner, watched playoff games together. We've done it all. I'm sure that dinner was some good eating, and that lunch between Zion. I don't know where they went, but I'm sure Joe Dumars, I hope you didn't tell Zion to pick, because you go, this how this man eat for real? Oh, okay, this is the problem. They watch playoff games together. We've done it all. I've had some real honest conversations with him. Like, bro, did you really need to take a seafood boil to go? Like, did you have to order a whole main dish of jambalaya to go?
A seafood
Zion.
tower. Did you have to get a whole
Right.
seafood platter to go?
Right.
So, did you need a double order of beignets? Did you need to?
Yeah, exactly. Some real direct and honest conversations. We're going to go forward with Zion. He's going to continue to be a focal point here as we go forward. The article also mentioned that they are aware of the legal issues with him, and they still feel like they should be committed to him. This all sounds well and good, but Ken, this also sounds like a situation where you realize if I trade this guy, I'm gonna get fleeced. I'm not gonna get anything close to his on-court value. This doesn't sound like a true commitment to Zion, because anybody would know if they could get equal value for Zion, a guy who's an all-star level player when he's healthy, they would move him. And
Bro,
I think that they know that the issues they have coming with him is gonna be hard to move him. Period.
I read that quote, and my immediate thought was, that man lying.
Yeah, he's lying.
He's lying.
He's trying
bro.
to figure out a way to make it the best situation he can and ultimately increase his value, because
Like-
Zion's,
He's basically saying, NBA GMs, if you want Zion, I'm telling y'all that we're committed to him, but we could possibly get rid of him if you bring me a good offer, right? Like, he's basically saying we're not trying to fire sell Zion Williamson, which I understand because you've put a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of energy into him. But at the same time, bro, there's no way you can tell me that if they could wave a magic wand and get off Zion Williamson's contract with not only just with the health stuff and with because when he's healthy, he's one of the top 10 players in the game. I think.
bro, there is nothing scarier to me than watching sophomore year, like end of rookie year, sophomore year, Zion Williamson was one of the scariest basketball players I've ever seen play on the basketball court. And this is when I was covering the Grizzlies. Like, when it was my job to cover the Grizzlies. Right?
Did not like it,
bro.
Yeah.
That man was scary, bro. I was in the Grizzlies locker room, and Brandon Clark was like, oh, how do you stop this man? Like he was like,
Yeah.
Brandon Clark was like breaking down, like, man, like I don't know what to do with this dude, bro. Like healthy Zion Williamson is an incredible player, but his conditioning issues, his health issues, and his personal issues have really ruined what was supposed to be a great player. With Kenny Stubblefield, we're about to take a break, man. When we come back,
Hey, we do have some break. Roman Cleary's in the chat.
Roman
baby.
Cleary's in the chat, man.
Shout out to Roman. Roman's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Aaron Rodgers is officially a Pittsburgh Steeler.
And I hope you get what you deserve with this signing, Roman Cleary.
Aaron Rodgers is a clown.
Hey, I have no love for the Steelers. Y'all should have drafted my boy. I was ready. I had a couple pair of shoes to wear with my Shedeur Sanders Steelers jersey, man. These folks out here playing around with goddamn
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, bro. Y'all could have had Shedeur. I had my stuff ready. I was ready to be a Memphis Pittsburgh Steelers fan, man.
Let's go.
You know how many black Memphis Pittsburgh Steelers fans are in the city of Memphis, kid?
About a gazillion.
A million of them. A gazillion for sure. I was ready to join Steeler Nation with my Shedeur jersey. Now I gotta go buy a Cleveland Browns jersey, man. Man, I don't care about no Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. Anyway, we're about to take a break. When we come back, man, we're gonna talk about what's on a brother mind, man, inside the same brain. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderlin Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
I'm still driving with a paper license. I have not received my license in the mail yet. It's supposed to take up to 20 days. It's been about 10.
The man still got a paper. He still got a paper license, a expired plate, and an email.
All right. Well, that's the other update. I still have the expired tags.
Man got a paper. He got a paper license, expired tag
with an email.
with an email. Tell me that's not a white dude driving around. You would say, tell you think that's a white dude or a black dude driving around. That's it right. And to feel comfortable about every day, takes the kids to school.
Yeah.
Just everything. Honks at the police. Doing a great job. Love it.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Anthony Sain Show. About to wrap this thing up with something we call Inside the Same Brain, man. We'll talk about something that's just on my mind, Kenny Summerfield. I saw a very interesting news story the other day about a church that I am connected to. I'm on my church face turn, man. We had a great debut for our church reviews, and I saw a great story in the Daily Memphian, as well as I think the Commercial Appeal had a story about this too. But I got my information from the Daily Memphian story. The Daily Memphian is $17 a month as well to subscribe. Let's just say I will never be subscribing to that. I'm probably using somebody's password right now. But anyway, bro, shout out to our good friends at the Daily Memphian. Drew Hill.
Overcharging the shit out of
$17 a month for print journalism is kind of nuts, bro.
Woo!
Who's over there? Sudu
No,
is
Parth.
this
Parth Upadhyay.
Sudu. Oh
Cover.
man, I feel like I offended. Feel like I offended a nation of people just then, bro.
No. Sudu used to be at WMC.
Yeah, I know.
Now
Yeah,
he's-
but
now he's
they're not the same guys. What I'm trying to say.
Not the same guy. Wow.
So it's Parth and Drew, or that's the NBA guy and the Tiger guy, right?
Right. Jeff
So
Calkins
who's the Tiger
is
guy?
there.
Who's the Tiger? Yeah, who's the Tiger guy at the Commercial Appeal then?
Jason Munns.
Munns,
Jason
yeah.
Munns.
Munns and
Hey,
the Michael.
but let me tell you, Roman Cleary is the Tigers guy for Bluff City Media.
Yeah, man, that's what y'all
That
know.
man's
Y'all
the
need
guy.
to know, man.
And hey, let me
My
tell you what
guy
he said
Roman,
real
man.
quick before you get to the inside. He said Shador's not a franchise quarterback,
Man,
bro.
get out of here, bro. That man gonna see real quick. You know something that people say about Shador Sanders that's just crazy number that people like to throw out. Oh, he was 12-13 as a starter. Man, he was at a school he was not supposed to be at, bro. Like Shador Sanders could have went to any D1 school in the country and been the starter. He was not supposed to be at freaking Colorado, bro. He was in Colorado because his dad was a coach of Colorado. That team won one game the season before he got there, bro. The fact that he made that team a bowl, like a bowl team, and they were like 12-13 in 2 years is damn near phenomenal, all things considered. Especially like I think last year they only lost like what, 2 or 3 games? 3 games the entire season? Including the bowl game? 3 games?
I don't even know. I
They
honestly
didn't
don't
lose
know.
4 games. They lost no more than 3 or 4 games for sure. But yeah, I'll let y'all keep thinking that. But y'all watch my boy when the bright lights come on in the NFL, man. But anyway, inside the same brain, Kenny Summerfield, I saw a story about Mississippi Boulevard Church, which is a church that is just one of the true pillars of the Memphis community, right? Especially in the black church community. It's one of the church been around forever. If you know somebody black, they probably got somebody in their family that is or was a member of Mississippi Boulevard Church. Has had several pastors over the years.
Is Pastor Orr still there?
No, that's Brown Baptist Church.
Oh, that's Brown. My bad. I'm sorry.
I actually plan on visiting them this Sunday for my church review as well. Brown Baptist has a location in Whitehaven.
Yeah,
that's why I plan on going this Sunday for that. So let y'all pastor know I'm coming this Sunday to Brown Baptist Church. But Mississippi Boulevard Church, I had them in my rotation of churches to visit to do a review on, but I might need to wait until 2030, Kenny Summerfield, because they're about to do the most boss shit I've ever seen in the history of churches, bro. And I've seen some pretty boss shit that's came out from churches, right?
Yeah.
But Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church, also known as the Boulevard, announced plans Tuesday for a massive $310 million redevelopment plan for its Midtown campus. Now, Kenny, we hear stories about, pastors are rich and everybody in the church is poor, right? And they're raising all this money and all these building funds, but they're not building nothing, right? And all this money coming to the churches and it's not going back to the community. These guys have a $310 million redevelopment plan for its Midtown campus. They're located like right there, like Bellevue and Poplar, like that. Between Poplar and Madison. The church says it will convert its 23-acre Midtown property near Bellevue between Poplar and Madison into mixed uses, retail, 125-room hotel, a wellness center, educational and business spaces, and more than 600 housing units.
I love it.
The church said, man, that is insane, bro. They're like basically going to build like a little neighborhood. Like
a little neighborhood. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
It's going to be off the chain, bro. And I just moved from that area. I want to go back. I want to live in one of those 600 housing units, bro.
That's why you're doing you're throwing your shot right now,
bro,
aren't you?
The church said it will build a new 73,000 square foot sanctuary at the corner of Poplar and Montgomery. They'll be able to hold 2,200 people and incorporate a cafe along with multi-purpose areas and spaces designed for children and teens. The mixed-use development will be the cornerstone of the Cleveland Street TIF. The project is anticipated to be completed by 2030.
Love it.
The church said. This doesn't sound like this is something they want to do. This sounds like this is something they've got the money and this is going to happen. This sounds like this is something they're about to start breaking ground on.
Yeah, you don't
sound like a capital campaign. This sounds like
you don't put it out there with that much detail.
Yeah. Pastor J. Lawrence Turner, who's a guy that I've met him. He was at my dad's funeral. Said it's an idea. My mom was buried. Her funeral was at this church, and Pastor Turner came to my dad's funeral. My dad's funeral was at his church that he pastored, though. It wasn't at Mississippi Boulevard, but my mom's funeral was at this church. Said it's an idea that had been discussed even before he became senior pastor at Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church. What's the best use for this parcel of land in the heart of the city, he said, and why not help to create a community that people live in, a place that they're not far from where they work, a place where they have some sense of community connection with others. It's right in the core of the city. I'm behind this, bro. We see a lot of stuff. That what churches do to get a bad name. But this is something, man, I think it's going to be absolutely awesome, man. I see jobs. I see housing.
Yes.
I see just something that aesthetically is going to look good in that area. Bring some life and probably some safety to that area. I'm down for that for sure, man. Our
guy NK said, bro, you gotta stop telling you're coming, man. They're gonna be on their best behavior.
Well, I expect them to, man. But when I do show up, I try to be as inconspicuous as possible. Like I'm not pulling out my phone and like I'm not. I don't. And when I do these church reviews, man, I'm not coming here looking for stuff to be screwed up, man. I'm trying to connect people with churches. Like I'm trying to show people the different types of churches, the different sizes of churches,
right,
and maybe connecting them to one that they may. I'm not.
You're not trying to burn them down.
Yeah, I ain't Keith Lee, man. I ain't out here. Well, I went to the church. It was trash. My wife went in. I sit her in instead of me. No, I'm not. No, man. Like it's something fun that I'm doing, and I hope that people are enjoying it. I'm letting them know. I don't mind people knowing that I'm coming. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to think that they're under any pressure or I'm out there trying to expose something about your church. I want to highlight something good about everywhere that I go.
I'm gonna know that you're taking this church review thing seriously when you start going to all white churches. And
it's coming. I got some white churches coming. Like in the past, man, I went to an all white church. I want to say I went to a church of another faith. I'm gonna do that too, man. I'm gonna be out there, man. Hey, invite me to your synagogue, man. Invite me to
your mosque.
Your mosque and all that, bro. I'll follow up in that joint. If it getting weird, I'm walking out there jumping. Y'all know. If it start getting weird, I'm going, bro. But so if you know your church weird, man, don't invite me.
Don't invite me.
I'm gonna say, kid, I was out there long. I don't have much to say. Yeah, but we got another one of those coming up soon. Like I said, I plan on that being Brown Baptist Church, the new Whitehaven location.
Yep.
Will probably be the next church for the Actually the Sain Show church reviews. But do not think that I'm going to be doing this every Sunday, because that would make me a church goer, and that I am not. And and when the season starts, this whole project is probably going to end. But so y'all got about 2 or 3 more months. Probably about a good 12 churches might get reviewed. Man. So it's been a good one, man. Kenny, about to slide about here. We appreciate you guys rocking with us, man, helping this transition to being a daily show go over very well. It's been very good. The feedback has been phenomenal. Keep tuning in, keep sharing it, keep telling people about it. Like I said, we picked this time to kind of get out of the way of other guys that are our friends, our competition, all those type of things. Have our own spot, our own lane we can be in, and also to get you guys over the hump of your day, man. Like this is that time where it's almost time to get off. Man, cut us on. Hopefully, we'll get you through that second half of your work day even better, man. I know you get that itis and all those type of things. We're here to help you get through those things, man. Well, for Kenny Stubblefield, it's Anthony Sain. We'll see y'all Friday, man. We're going to have a good time on Friday, and it's out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.